Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very important message that is not only amongst us, but has already kicked into gear. The most important transit, in my opinion, of this Gemini 2022 season is the new moon. And a key feature of the new moon is Mars in its dignity, kicking off Jupiter's cycle returning into Aries, where it was last 2010. You guessed it, during Gemini season, especially during the new moon. So this is a true start. And not only that, the reason why this cycle is very important is that this, relative to every single time Jupiter has transited Aries, represents the ultimate cycle of evolution, the ultimate Jupiter cycle around the zodiac. If you think of every 12 years of a block that, based on the outer planets, determines the quality of how potent the cycle is, then we know that relative to the last cycle versus next cycle, this is the last and ultimate cycle that cumulatively, relative to both Neptune and Pluto, indicate very legendarily so the nature of how the next 12 years is going to complete everything that, spanning multiple lifetimes, you've learned and evolved through in order to really understand and thrive through this. Okay. Jupiter's like a wrecking ball that, with its expansion, literally takes you to the next level. And that doesn't have to really be the most positive thing, but how you adapt is key. That being said, you have Aries in your chart. And so relative to where you have Aries in your chart, this is going to let you know where, okay, the house Aries is in is going to let you know where this cycle will kick off. Because throughout the 12 years, there's 12 different phases of this evolution. But where it kicks off will let you know what you're starting through the Jupiter and Aries cycle. May 10th of 2022 to April 21st of 2034. You need to understand, April 21st of 2034, Neptune is going to be in Aries. Pluto is going to be touching the second decan of Aquarius, and we are going to be in an entirely new paradigm. It's not like the 2010 to 2022, which was bringing in the apocalypse cycle and the end of the old world. This cycle is going to see through a lot of the final conclusion of everything that has led us up to this point, as we step into the revolution of the individual. It is this 12-year cycle that will indicate who you are in this revolution of the individual, and what about your individuality and where it plays out that will integrate into a whole new society in this new age of Aquarius. This, once again, is very key, because by the time we slip into this next cycle, with Neptune in Aries and Uranus in Gemini, which we had the last time America had its civil war, this is going to represent the beginning of a whole new cycle in this brand new paradigm. So you want to see this cycle that begins with Neptune in Pisces and Pluto in Capricorn as the ultimate. What makes this ultimate? Jupiter is in Aries. You can say this is 165 years in the making, because Neptune in Pisces, 12th house to this Mars in its dignity, and Jupiter here in Aries adds an ultimate legendary quality. As we know, the last time this happened in Aries, Neptune was in Aquarius. So since the last time Neptune was in Pisces in the 1800s versus now, we are coming up on such an ultimate cycle that will heavily influence and guide the status of where society, social and cultural norms lead to collectively. And in Aries, this is breaking you through a lot of passive aggressive manipulation from other people. So that is what that last cycle was for. This is really the bonus round. Okay, I want to make sure we're clear on that. That is exceptionally important to accept and really just embody in every way that you can. That being said, now that we have very importantly established this, we have to acknowledge that the 29th of May is what is going to bring this activation with Mars and its dignity coming out of Pisces into this evolution cycle. And so where Aries is in your chart will, relative to the new moon in Gemini, give you insight with this true epiphany that you're also activating where this legendary aspect of this cycle is kicking off for you over the next 12 years. We know that there's 4 elements. So relative to the 4 elements, each element in its representation is bringing a theme into, of course, the evolution cycle. The earth signs have their water houses activating. They're going to be bringing liberation. The water signs are having their earth houses activated. They're going to be coming into and activating wealth, or kicking this off with wealth. Air signs have air houses activated, so it's desire that's going to align who they connect with. And of course, fire signs are activating fire houses. All systems go. This is action. So with that being said, we do have the fire signs, which are representing the fire houses. And in that vein, this is going to, through their person, activate through these zodiac signs, the persona, and living out through these expressions that will light the fire and torch in kicking off this evolution cycle. Aries, of course, for those of you with Aries suns and Aries risings, this is an evolution of self. Okay, this is very key. Your personality, the definition with which what actions will be boosted in order for you to define this is what's going to kick this evolution cycle off. Sagittarius, Leo, of course, Aries is your 9th house. So the way you philosophize about who you are is what's going to evolve. And this might involve traveling overseas to really show other people who you are and lead by example, while also coming into more insight. Of course, Sagittarius, we know that Aries is your 5th house of creativity, the inner child. And so this is going to boost how you express who you are through your creations as the creator, and will be an amazing period to kick off any creative projects. The earth signs, of course, will be fielding liberation. And relative to this, this is going to, in the water houses, really induce unconscious facets in the mystical and the occult to really free you out of, by going within your soul, the limitations of the physical. That being said, we know Aries is Taurus's 12th house. That hidden identity is going to be broken free as you really carving your legend by activating, this sense of your spirituality, which goes into fully believing into who you are personally and privately behind closed doors. And then, of course, Virgo, Aries is your 8th house. And so this is going to evolve the trust and intimacy that will enable you to take your social value in Libra and find the right individuals who you can develop results from partnership with and take resources and invest in the resource of their identity. Okay. Very key, Virgo, because this is going to transform how much more boldly you deal with other people. And then, of course, Capricorn, this is a soul transit. You're evolving your home space. The 4th house is who you are And what facet of your identity do you feel comfortable with the right people? And this could be a burst in real estate opportunities, or maybe even moving for some of you. Regardless, you're going to come into a lot of insight about your ancestry. Air signs, of course, this is going to be the air houses, and the desire, of course, based on how you align your ideas and your connections with people in order to push yourself forward. That being said, Gemini, Aries is your 11th house. So even you are your own team, even when you're alone. This is going to align you with the right, raw, authentic people who align with you relative to what team you're moving forward with, which is key. This is also results from career. So great rewards. And then we also see Libra. Aries is your 7th house. And so this is going to be a brand new evolution cycle of a quintessential definitive upgrade in the quality of your partners that you connect with, and also an evolution of every single partnership in your life. And then of course, Aquarius, Aries is your 3rd house. And so the conversations that you have with people, the attitude that really denotes your identity expressed through your ideas, is quintessentially evolving. And this is going to evolve the original skill sets that comes with too. And of course, dripping water, you're going to be manifesting so much more passionate, original wealth. Literally, with Cancer, Aries is your 10th. And so this is going to literally take your career to the next level. A period like this brings rewards, evolution, and also accolades. Okay, success. Scorpio, this is your 6th house of behavior development and lifestyle. And so this is going to really bring a lot of control, or at least power, back into how you align your day-to-day routine based on how you identify yourself. This will add a lot more independence into what you do, but most importantly, how you do it. And finally, last but not least, Pisces, of course, your house of Aries is a 2nd house of finances. And so this is going to very powerfully evolve how much more self-confidence and self-esteem goes into much of what you personally charge and express. Okay. That in a nutshell is very important insight concerning this very important evolution cycle that is geared to bring out the ultimate quality of your greatest self and literally establish a legend. Where is that legend going to be established? I just broke down briefly where, based on your rising sign and or sun. The sun will let you know how you're aware of it. The rising will let you know where it plays out. Okay. So this, of course, is a part of a webinar. For those of you who would like to download this cheat sheet, it is for the free. If you see that link down in the description box below, you'll get a link to this PDF. And for those of you who would like more in-depth, detailed analysis of what this cycle will be for you, I will go at more length, in depth of this in the webinar. Okay. And you will be able to, in the description box below for this video, as well as this link here, access that webinar where the replay will be available, as well as a much more extended PDF that this is a part of for the actual webinar of True Epiphany. I hope to see you there, whether live or after the live, whether this live or replay rather. Y'all stay blessed as always. And please comment down below, what's your rising sign? What cycle are you starting and where? You want to be very exciting for this, because this is lifetimes in the making. And for many of you, many Jupiter cycles. So congratulations. And whether you purchase the replay or see the live, I'll see you on the other side. Peace.